Oh God, what a week!
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, and happy Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. In the oh, that's me. My bad.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I was sharing the link and I didn't cut myself off of YouTube in enough time. Man, hey, NLE Radio still rules your minds and your mentions. I don't ever want to get that ever confused. You know, I've been doing shit like this since 2009. You know what I mean? Like, I've been almost kicked out of schools. I've been kicked out of companies. I've been kicked out of a lot of fucking places. But it seems like I got an invite to nobody's favorite rappers, timeline, reels and mentions everywhere. But fuck all that. Fuck every last single second of that. All right? It's time to do that other thing that we do. Because I don't do this alone. I don't do this alone. It's time for us to do what we do, also like nobody else in the world. We're top tier at what we do. It's time for wrestling conversation, y'all, which means it is time for the first Black Champ podcast, and I am still the pick. Yeah, I'm the podcast Intercontinental Champion. I'm the piss you off Intercontinental Champion. Hey, look, I'm whatever you want to be, but I'm somebody, damn it. And you know it. You know it. It's Cam from the port. 815, what the fuck is up?
Hey, man, I'm just regular old JR Bang. You know, make sure y'all rate, like, subscribe, download y'all favorite podcast, First Black Champ, wherever y'all get y'all favorite podcast. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Barbershop Digital.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The home of First Black Champ. Go ahead and get that merch. See Camp with the red on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to get right to it before we get to the wrestling joint. Because while this was real, you know what I'm saying? This was a great use of our time when it comes to, you know, what we see in professional wrestling. So how did the beef with you and Twalib Kweli happen? And could we see this at a house show or a pay-per-view?
Oh, man. So to frame it correctly, and I'm glad we're doing this on our platform so we can be heard correctly and directly. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get it muddied up with just other goofy nigga stuff, because that's what I did in error. I think it was Friday, Saturday. I don't know. I don't even remember. But listen, so this decade, right? I have mentioned Talib Kweli one time. And it was on I believe it was a Friday night or a Saturday night, days after the New York State of Mind tour. Again, a great tour. Wu-Tang and Nas. Wu-Tang showed up in full strength with YDB. Rest in peace, ODB. And also with De La Soul. Right? And I made a video, and y'all know, my Cypher Sinatra channel ain't really lit like that. It's not. I'll keep it a buck. I'm close to 20,000 views, but every video don't necessarily hit. You dig? I made a concert review, and I made 2 YouTube shorts out of the video. One was about Talib Kweli being at the show, and when he came out, he blew my high. So shout to Sam, shout to Krista, because they were with me. I think I had took like 2 edibles down, wet white wine, because that balances out the flavor palette. You know what I'm saying? Whole bottle to me. No stumble. Y'all know what I do. And I was pretty jiggy, you know, moving and grooving, shaking my slim, nasty ass on the way to Bridgestone Arena. Because I like to have a good time, man. I'm actually a very fun person. You should hang with us in real life. And we vibing out to the show. We got there a little late, but when we came in, I want to say like, was it Liquid Swords that was playing? So I'm super geeked at this moment. Wu gets their set off, and I like the way they do their show. And I hope I'm not giving out too much. So spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the show, If you haven't seen the show yet, because I do recommend it, any city you go to, you go see it. They all do like their individual like 15 or 20-minute sets. So literally like Wu came out, but then Nas came out. And then De La Soul came out, but then Nas came out, and then Wu came out. So it did that. I was like, oh, this is hard. I like this setup. And what was so cool about the Wu set that night was all the members didn't come out for every song. They just came out depending on the song. Like, I thought Ghostface was coming out on the Mysteries of Chess Boxing, but he didn't. And I was like, damn, Ghost ain't here and Meth ain't here? Damn. But then they both come out for like, I'm just going to throw out a song now because I don't remember. Oh, no, but they came out for Tiger Style. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. I was like, oh, they here. Oh! So going crazy. Talib Kweli, well, no, I'm sorry. De La Soul comes out. And I'm vibing to the show. They come out during Stakes is High. Stakes is High is my favorite De La Soul album.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Even though obviously Artificial is super, like they got some other super dope albums, but for me, Stakes is High is the one. That's when I think even Jay Dilla hits his apex on that. I think the best Dave solo song is on that album. So Common goes crazy on that. It's a great album. It's a dope album. I even like the skits. One of the most underrated but funniest rap skits ever is when they're interviewing some hick hillbilly on the De La Soul album, and dude obviously asked him how he feels about rap. He was like, "Rap, it sucks. I don't like it. There's no music in it. It's just niggers talking." I was like, "Yo, hey, and present day, he might not be wrong. He might not be wrong.
But 95.
You know what I'm saying?
He wrong.
Right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? 95, 96, 97, he was wrong. But 2023, you might have been the prophet, my brother. But enough about that. So he come out. I'm instantly not upset. I don't want you upset. I was disappointed. I was not upset. I was like, oh, this nigga here? Oh, fuck. So everybody around me is laughing. Like I wave off this show. I was like, yo, I'm going to the merch table. I gotta see, because I wanted to see if they had the crew neck that was on Nas's website of the New York State of Mind with Wu-Tang Nas, but they didn't. They had a T-shirt, and I even though I did want that white and black Wu-Tang hoodie and the black and white Wu-Tang hoodie, I just didn't have. What was it, like $180 for two hoodies? I did not have that. Yeah, So I copped to the $45 shirt. You dig? Hey, yo, man, come on, man. If I show y'all all the albums I bought, do I get a credit? Like, damn.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Like, damn, G. So
at some point, it has to be a discount code in one of the sleeves.
Yeah, please. Like, please. We want to support, but dog, $90 for a hoodie, son? That's not financially and fiscally responsible for me at this age. It's just not. So bang to fast forward this, because this is a wrestling podcast. This is the First Black Champ podcast. Hey, I don't have time to do the show. I mean, the review like on Wednesday night after the show, because we still kicking it. We still partying. We got something to do that Thursday and Friday. So I finally was like, damn, I ain't create no content for Cypher Sinatra YouTube channel this weekend. Let me get a couple videos off. And that's what I did. And what I did, I was like, yo, let me review my concert experience at Bridgestone for New York State of Mind. Like, that's the new thing. That's a new addition I'm going to add. Every time I go to a show, I'm going to take in the show, pause, and then I'm going to do a review about it. And I did that. And the first, so I made the whole video. It's like 8 minutes long. Again, it's not rocket. I'll keep it real. Ain't many views. I think I'm still like at maybe like 10, maybe. The YouTube shorts I made was like, what the fuck? Talib Kweli on the De La Soul set? Vomit emoji. And then I made another one that says, I think Moni Love should be in De La Soul, which y'all ain't showing no love to. That's hater shit. But whatever. But saying that to say, Mr. Green thinks that I am going on this slander campaign.
Oh, I forgot that nigga last name. It was
Yeah,
really Green.
yeah,
My
you know what I'm
bad.
saying?
Our show was about to like, who the fuck is Mr. Green? My bad.
Hey, nobody's really paying attention to him unless he's talking to you. I'm a testament to that. And so what happens with that is, I was just like, yo, hey, I was just disappointed. I'm not feeling it. We had an exchange last decade. You know what I'm saying? It didn't go too well. And I stopped supporting him after that. That's really all I said. And then, because I split the same clip up because, they only give you 60 seconds. So the other half of the clip was, yo, I think a good replacement would be Moni Love. Or I like the idea of Q-Tip and Pasta News going on tour together, and they can do, De La Quest or A Tribe Called De La or whatever it is. And they go on the road because they both are missing their members, missing a member from their group. They go on the road and go together. That's still native tongue. And I think that's a dope ass show. I think that's another arena tour for De La Soul to go on because it's De La Soul and a Tribe Called Quest. Go ahead.
I want it to be clear, just so I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So Talib Kweli is basically on tour as Dave.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay. Yeah. He's alternate.
So he's doing
Dave.
He's alternate. Okay.
And for context purposes, he's coming out doing Dave's parts, and then they give him a few minutes to do a couple of his own joints.
Oh, fuck all that.
See?
Full disclosure, I've never been a Talib Kweli fan. I probably like 2 Talib Kweli songs. I bought Talib Kweli albums because niggas be like, yo, you sleep on Talib. So I'd be like, I'll buy it. And then I'd be like, I like here and there. But there's only 1 or 2 songs that I really like from Talib, and they're album cuts. They're not singles. You will never hear me playing The Blast. You'll never and to be frank, it's none of those songs. Is not what's the song on Black Star? Was that Restoration?
Yeah.
It's not even that.
Right, Respiration.
Respiration. I don't like his verse. I low key only like Common's verse on that song.
Hey, listen.
So I just want to say I used to get killed from the debut of Black Star. I think that's my sophomore year.
Yeah, 98.
Yep. Till maybe 2005, 2006. Yeah. Niggas used to kill me for not liking Talib Kweli. Oh man, you don't like my favorite shit is you don't like real hip hop if you don't like Talib Kweli, and I'd be like, no, I just don't like him. So when things went left on the internet with Talib Kweli, I was like, I told y'all niggas, someone right.
Yeah.
I will say for me, anytime somebody says they have a bad interaction with Talib Kweli, I say, I told y'all niggas, someone right. That's all I had to say, because I don't want Talib Kweli now tagging me on Instagram.
Man, right.
It's his fat ass friend. This fat ass Jadakiss looking ass friend. Then now he don't hate me. I get hate on the internet every day. I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna be done with this. This is not just the Talib Kweli. This is to anybody that's a content creator. That is music, that is television, that is radio, that is this right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
It's whatever. People have the right not to like your shit.
Bruh. Mic dropped. Explosion.
And to Talib and all of y'all niggas, there's a shirt that we have for some dude. It's a shirt, it's a hoodie. What you listen to don't make me bop.
Bruh, listen, man.
You live by that, you have less stress and less fights on the internet.
That's a fact.
Back to camp.
That's a fact, man. And you know what? It's so funny that that's your experience because the reverse for me was I was the only person listening to him.
Yeah,
and
you
I
one
was
of those
like,
niggas.
I was like, yo, y'all should check this out. This is pretty dope. Now, I never went the route of, man, y'all don't like real hip hop. Y'all don't appreciate the core of the essence. I was, I was never that guy.
We would not be like, friends. No, I ain't lie. We would not be friends.
Yeah, right. If you, right, yeah. If you
ever told me that I don't know real hip hop because I don't listen to X, Y, and Z, and we would not have this podcast right now. Right, get your lame ass up out of here.
Right, yeah, because
who the fuck are you?
That's lame shit. Like, you know, like it's cool to be like, yo, are you sleep? It's like, oh man, but you gotta give it a chance though, bro. You not kick it like you're like, you know, if you want to kick it, like listen to this, like listen, bang, and one of the funniest, all right, okay, but shut up talking to me moments ever that we've had in our lives was I think we were playing NBA Live to Will Smith Big Willie style. Cause like I was like, yo, I can't front the shit was dope. Like you need to hear it. And I was like, he was like, I ain't listening to that shit. But when he over my crib and we on the game and I gotta listen to it on, and he was like, damn. He's like, okay. Shit was like 4-5 singles off this album. I was like, damn. But I was like, but the other shit hot. Like the intro was hard. Like don't say nothing was hard.
And I had to admit that day, you got a point here, nigga.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. Hey, look, I'm one of the biggest rap nerds y'all ever meet in life, and I'm okay with it. I'm super secure with that. And so that's the other reason why this is like funny, but this is also why it's disappointing. Also, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, all things considered, I was a P1 of Mr. Green. I showed y'all the CDs on my live. I was a P1. I had the Echo Unlimited shirt, like from I think it was Rock the Bells 2008. Like matter of fact, shout out to Sam. Look, me and Fiction, we be outside with the rap shit all the time, man. And we had I think I bought like 2 different like T-shirts there. And
you're definitely you were definitely a P1.
Yeah, and it was like dog. So like, and we ain't even gonna get to what we was arguing back about last decade. Because that's wild. This decade, though, it's like, dog, you literally just mad I don't want to support you, and you're taking it too far. But it's whatever, man. It's whatever. Hey, this didn't make me want to go out and buy anything. Hey, real quick before we move on, a few things I do want to say. Yo, I don't talk to the goof troop. I only talk to Goofy. All right. So everybody else mentioning me, adding me, hey, whatever. I don't even know your name, but you know you reached a new level of desperation when I check my mention after about 4 or 5 hours and it's 12 messages from you. And the last one I see is, I know you see what I'm saying to you. It's like, bro, like, huh?
Look, man, here's what I would tell. This is the advice that I give to everybody that's on social media. If they got 300 followers or less, don't even bother with them.
Man, hey, and you would think because of my Cyphers and not your page that would have been the MO. But
bingo.
But this is what people do. This is what people do. You know what I saw this week? Man, he only got 180-something followers. Then, by the time I check it, that's wrong. I'm at 192. Man, he only got 192 followers. But by the time I read that, it's false again. Man, this nigga got less than 200 followers. He like 195. Then, that ain't true. It's like, yo, y'all keep talking to me. I don't be talking to y'all, and people keep following me because people know I'm fly as fuck. I'm cool. I'm pretty fucking handsome. And people want my opinion be mattering. It do. Like, I know I don't have $1 million or 1 million followers right now. But it's something about me that ignites you niggas, and it's never gonna stop. Shout out to my mom, shout out to my pops, shout out to the McGee fam, shout out to the Pruitt family. Like, it's something in here, something in my DNA ignites you niggas. And I can't do nothing about it. I can't turn it off. It's just me. You love or you hate me, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And that's just the way it's going to be moving forward. Y'all are going to hate me to a check. Shout to Memphis Bleak. Y'all going to hate me to a check. Y'all going to hate me to a new stratosphere of success, and you ain't going to have nothing to do but open your mouth while I piss over the mountaintop, and hopefully it lands on you, and some of what I got inside of me can get inside of you niggas, and you can be somewhat like me one day.
That was a great promo. That was a great promo. See, that's why I want to kick the show off with that, because that was that was right. It's a wrestling podcast. It's a great promo, and a great lead into Bang Be Knowing, where LA Knight will be tagging with John Cena.
Yeah, man.
Versus, I won't say the Bloodline. I will say Solo and Jimmy Roma Soundclick Uso. So, my question to you is, we've been waiting. Yeah. We've been waiting on a moment like this for LA Knight basically all year long.
Yeah.
It has been bubbling, just bubbling. He's been bubbling, and he's hit the surface, and some of the foam that hit the stove, and the flames, and all that stuff. And we've been waiting, like, yo, when do we get some LA Knight? Yeah,
right.
So my question to you is, as far as LA Knight go, is this the moment he needs to get him over the hump, and is he ready for this moment?
See, it's interesting, and I like how you framed the question, because technically he does need this moment to get over the hump, but for all things considered, he was the pop of the night for that segment. So
not even close.
Yeah, so it's almost like putting LA Knight in this story helps this story more than the story is helping LA Knight at this point. It's one of those things, like, now that US title thing do sound like a foreshadowing, like after, now it's an afterthought in a lot of ways. He's gotten so popular doing what he does that there hasn't been that moment where we feel like, yeah, now we need the title on him. It's like, now we're just going to throw him with all the main event people. Like, he's standing next to John Cena, and he's standing across from Paul Heyman, and Solo Sikoa is obviously the future of the Bloodline, SmackDown, wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to get his moment. Jimmy Soundclick, even though looking mad shaky right now, he's stabled and labeled as far as the tag team space go. So him being in the mix of all those people, with the puppet master being Roman Reigns, that's obviously going to make his way in. It makes you think, like, well, damn, who needs this situation more, LA Knight or all of them? So I think about that first, because and honestly, after Friday, I'm not sure. And I'm sorry, the second part of your question was what?
Like, do you think he is ready?
Yes.
For this moment.
So being ready, yes. And I say ready because SmackDown looks really different when we know we're not going to see Roman Reigns and we're not going to see Jey Uso. And the other reason why he's ready for this moment is because even though Jimmy's doing again, I'm calling it the loose cannon character, it was literally what I expected Jey Uso to do 2 or 3 years ago when he was officially the right-hand man. It was, I'm going to get you. And, like, I expected him to go off the deep end like Jimmy is doing. And maybe because it looks so comical is why I don't believe it. But you know what? LA Knight has to be ready, even if he isn't ready, because nobody's anchoring SmackDown anymore. There is no anchor now. So you have to take the guy with the biggest pop of the night. You got to take the guy that the people are going over the top for, just with the mention of his name or the mention of his shirt or the promo, like everything. So even if he ain't ready, he gotta be, because there is no other option here. He's literally the reason why the main event is now the main event, because it wasn't the main event, even with it being John Cena and AJ Styles. It didn't feel like the main event. Now it feels like a main event. And that's saying a lot, even though the premium live event coming up is Fastlane.
Yeah. I'm not sure. And it's not because of LA Knight, it's because of the fans.
Okay.
Because I'm going to tell you right now what I'm afraid of. I'm not necessarily afraid of Fastlane. I'm now afraid of Survivor Series. Because, in my opinion, when LA Knight and John Cena win next week, because, spoiler alert, that's my prediction, it lines up LA Knight versus Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. It lines up with that match being for the Universal World Heavyweight Championship. It does align with LA Knight saying that he's looking for gold. It does not align with him winning gold.
Okay.
And that's what's scary about this to me, because this is not going to be a fall of LA. This could be the fall of LA, though. And what I mean by that is we're no longer in the summer months, y'all. It's hoodie season. It's Timberland season. It's jeans season.
Yeah.
Little double entendre right there when it comes to LA Knight. You know what I'm saying? LA Knight is dressed like a nigga in the fall. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to be a good fall for him losing consistently to Roman Reigns, if this is where we're going. So if that happens, we already know what's going to happen, Kemp. Oh, man, they burying LA Knight. They're burying him. See, I'm gonna take y'all on a joyride here, y'all. I'm gonna take y'all on to a throwback joyride, right? Because Roman Reigns is essentially this generation's Hulk Hogan, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we only see this nigga a couple of times a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He like a deadbeat daddy right now. We only see him a couple of times a year. And when we do, he dangle that bike in front of us. But, you know what I'm saying? He don't give us the bike. He might just bring some cousin around and just be like, you know what I'm saying? Play with your little cousin. You know, that's what Roman Reigns is right now.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't seen this dude, you know what I'm saying, for quite some time. Which, to me, leads credence to the fact that he did get a little hurt during the Jay Uso match.
Yeah.
So let's just say, for instance, we see Roman Reigns at Survivor Series, right? Matter of fact, let me make sure of this so I could get this right. It's still not going to change what my thought process is here, but I just want to check and make sure that I'm on point with what I'm about to say. Dave, yes, I am. All right, because Fastlane is October 7th.
Yeah.
Crown Jewel is reportedly in the beginning of November, with Survivor Series coming, you know, that Friday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, basically.
Yeah. Saudi Mania 7, right?
Yep. So when I look at LA Knight right now, I see no reason why the WWE don't put him in a match with Roman Reigns no later than Crown Jewel, if it was to happen. I saw some rumors that it will be AJ Styles, and I'm sitting there like, okay, because AJ Styles got his ass whooped by your cousins.
Yeah.
But LA Knight and John Cena's about to go over on your cousins next Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to come in that next Friday to be like, see, here we go with this shit. Always got to come through and fix it. I move out the way. This LA.
Right.
This is not LA Knight's game. This is Roman's house. And what we're gonna do is simple. Me and you, Crown Jewel, let's get this over with. Then we're gonna go to Crown Jewel, and we're gonna hear thousands of Saudi Arabians go, yeah,
Yeah.
and he's gonna lose.
Mm.
Now he might get finagled out of a win, but then we see the return match at Survivor Series, and then he loses there too.
Mm.
And then you know what happens after that, Camp? What happens after that? All right, Bucko, I'm gonna go ahead and take a break.
Yeah, hey, I believe it. And here's my question to you, because I was thinking about this scenario possibility also. Will LA Knight be the first clean win that Roman Reigns gets since, I think, Cesaro?
That is part of the issue,
Mm.
right? Here's why that's part of the issue, Camp. Because on the surface, he gotta beat LA Knight clean.
Yeah.
But when he beats LA Knight clean, what does that do to him? That does nothing for LA Knight. In a sense, it gives everybody that believes that Roman Reigns has buried LA Knight. If nobody comes out to try to help this man, and then we get some type of weird ass finish, then yeah, it has to be clean. Now, I could also see the bloodline, Roman Reigns, Solo, Jimmy, and one more person versus whoever LA Knight wants. Like, I could see something like that also if they do a War Games thing. And ladies and gentlemen, War Games is not automatic for Survivor Series. In fact, I don't know if you guys remember Triple H saying, look, matches like Hells in the Cells and all of those things are meant to infuse. He's not necessarily down with, this pay-per-view being a part of this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
He's not down with the Hell in the Cell pay-per-views and all of those shit. So I don't see where Roman would be in a Hell in a Cell match. I mean, not a Hell in a Cell match, a War Games match. I think that's Raw right there. I think Raw has that right now with everything that they have going on leading to that. But yeah, for Judgment Day and all of that. But if I'm looking at this correctly, Survivor Series is the last PLE for the WWE in 2023. That's a bar.
We on fire. The FBCPOD.
That's a bar. But that's the last premium live event for 2023. That means that we're going to get a hodgepodge of shit on SmackDown and on Raw, which means we're not getting no Roman title defense after November 25th. It has to not be clean. Because if it is clean, you've killed LA Knight. Because you have nothing else to put him in front of until Royal Rumble. So it has to be Solo coming up in there or Jimmy come up in there and help it cuz win. Because if it's not, it's there.
Right. I think I know what my prediction will be when that match is set. Now, for that, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold on to it. But you made me think of something because I got the last SmackDown of the year going a certain way. So we'll talk. We'll talk later. We'll catch up.
Yeah. So that's my fear when it comes to LA Knight. It's we're putting him now with the bloodline, and we already know how that's gonna go. So what happens when he loses continuously to Roman and quite possibly Solo?
Sheesh. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
See. Yeah. And here is and this was let me talk right. And this is what I was worried about with the whole Miz situation. And also just the Santos, Rey Mysterio, Austin Theory thing, because even while losing every single match, LA Knight kept getting over repeatedly, and the crowd kept growing. But it wasn't like Seth Rollins' losses, though. like because Seth Rollins lost all of 2022, basically. I think I was like 3 matches, but you could never tell because of the story being told, and because we kept thinking like, well, when is he getting his next title shot? Because he beat the champ. Versus LA Knight being the guy that was ascending, but he's ascending while taking L's. And we've never truly seen that before, because in that respect, you're kind of Barry Horowitz, right? People love to see you lose, but they don't love to see him lose. They love to see him talk. They love to see him wrestle. They want to see him win. And the universe, or no, it's not the universe, the front office was not giving us that moment. And it's even interesting with the way Michael Cole even speaks about the matches. Yo, is this a big victory? This is a breakout victory. He needs this one. And it's like, we don't need to play the desperation card with LA Knight. So
We don't.
yeah, it's all interesting. They're doing a lot, too much, not enough at the same time. I am curious about where this is going to go, so we'll stay tuned.
And that's my whole thing. I would have rather seen him go try to take the United States Championship off of somebody and not necessarily be in the feud with the bloodline where it's not going to be winnable. And let me bring the fans into play here. Once we get a sniff of LA Knight versus anything bloodline related, we're going to be thinking about Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And I don't want LA Knight to be in a situation where he's being shitted on now by the fans because he can't get over the hump against Roman Reigns and everything, or fans believing that they are Cesaroing him.
Right, yeah, because that's coming.
Because that's coming. Like, him being in a feud with anybody bloodline related makes me feel like he's about to get the Cesaro treatment. And what that means is that everybody's going to be like, yo, he's supposed to be a future world champion. He's supposed to be a future world champion, 2-time world champion. We're tired of Roman Reigns being a champion. You know, he don't even defend the belt. We don't see him. How come LA Knight can't beat him? Vince don't know what he's doing. Vince is not in control of that no more. He's basically just a face, and it feel like they barely want his ass there in the damn first place. Like, oh yeah, Triple H doesn't know what he's doing, or TKO. This is it's gonna be every fucking excuse in the book, and that's what I don't want for LA Knight.
Word.
Like, man, just get that man the United States Championship. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the United States and all of that shit. Have a nice day. You don't have to put him with John Cena. Because that's the other part too, Camp. And that's even scarier than this Roman Reigns shit. The expectations that comes with wrestlers when you pair them with the GOAT of this generation is astronomical.
Yeah, I agree.
You put LA Knight in a match with John Cena against Jimmy and Solo, the expectation is for him to go over. the expectation is for him to win. And we talk about the Grayson Waller effect. We talk about the Grayson Waller rub on here. There's no better rub than John Cena. Pause on all of that. But
For sure.
it's literally you like me or you hate me in the back when it comes to the John Cena rub. Because we've seen that John Cena rub work on damn near everybody.
Yeah.
For the exception of Austin Theory. Didn't work for Buddy. Now, the difference between Austin Theory and LA Knight at this point is LA Knight is one of the most over wrestlers in the WWE right now. Austin Theory wasn't.
Yeah.
As a heel or face over like that, like LA Knight is. So when you put somebody who's consistently getting cheers of the night with the GOAT in a main event, you're setting him up to fail if it does not end with a quality match with Roman Reigns, which makes him look strong in defeat. But the fact is growing fandom that don't want Roman to have his belt no more because we don't see him.
Yeah.
They're not used to what we was used to, Camp.
Right. Facts.
They're not used to seeing Hulk Hogan 4 times a year.
Right.
They ain't used to that. Right? They ain't used to just us seeing Hulk Hogan talk on Superstars. They ain't used to that.
Yeah.
We're used to not seeing the title get defended. Yeah. Y'all got spoiled during the Attitude Era. Yeah. Y'all got spoiled through the Ruthless Aggression Era. We come from an era where Hulk Hogan defended that belt on pay-per-views. And sometimes it'll just be a tag team match because they want to give the other person a win and let the other person take the pin so Hulk Hogan can still pose at the end, save his life and pose at the end. And then after that, we good. That's what we used to.
And his promos was 90 seconds. Unless he was talking to Mean Gene, then they might have been 3 to 5 minutes. Maybe.
And in that time, he basically setting up the match.
Yeah.
For example, Hulk Hogan, go on Brother Love. He say, what's up to the fans? I love y'all. Say your prayers. Take your vitamins. The other shit. And then Jimmy Hart come out and like, you know what, Hogan? You know what, Hogan? Your time has passed. And we gonna get you out of here. And he said, you know something, Jimmy? And then Earthquake come. Bow.
You know what I'm saying? Hulkamania will never die, brother. I'm letting you know now. Me and all my Hulkamaniacs.
Right, man. Boom.
Damn. Oh, Jesus.
Right. And then all of a sudden, he get, body slammed. And then he get about 4 earthquakes. And then now y'all white kids is writing letters to the hospital because Hulk Hogan hurt. That's what we used to.
Yeah, that's a fact.
We're not even used to a heel having a title run like this.
Yeah.
So when LA Knight becomes the earthquake of this generation, basically, because Hulk Hogan got his ass beat by Earthquake, we thought Earthquake was the champ, not Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Let that sit. Yeah. When Hulk Hogan got his ass whipped by Earthquake, the Ultimate Warrior was the champ and was about to go up against Ravishing Rick Rude, who just cut his hair and started running by the beach because he was like, this is my time to win the championship. Yeah. At that same time, Earthquake beat the shit out of Hulk Hogan, and y'all white kids was writing letters and sending flowers and shit like Hulk Hogan damn near died. And he looked like more of a champion than the Ultimate Warrior did at that SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's, man, very fair and valid. I was there. I saw it. I saw it. Can't dispute those kind of facts, man.
So what's going to happen when LA Knight is on the flip side of that? if they put him in a program with Roman to get us over the fall and all of that. Because you know who LA Knight is going to remind me of in this situation, Camp? Take you back down memory lane, fam. You know who you realize did not have a pay-per-view championship match, but had a pretty decent feud and kind of memorable with Hulk Hogan?
The one-man gang?
Paul Orndorff.
Ah. Yeah.
Paul Orndorff did. Paul Orndorff, WrestleMania 1, main eventing with Hulk Hogan in the tag team match. WrestleMania 2, he's a face now. And Hulk Hogan and him is cool and shit. No, he fucking with the Hulkster and shit. But then all of a sudden, he like, man, Hulk ain't paying attention to me. Jack, what's going on? And then he get jumped on and Hulk Hogan ain't nowhere to be found. So he does what is kind of a precursor to WrestleMania 3.
Okay.
He go enlist the services of Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yeah.
But he go a little bit extra far. He then goes get Hulk Hogan's theme music. He's coming to the ring with I Am a Real American. The two biggest matches in that feud happen in the WWF big event where he lost, I believe, by disqualification, but he power drived Hulk Hogan and had us thinking Hulk Hogan broke his clavicle. Because that's the first time I ever heard of clavicle, my nigga.
Hey,
Oh
yo,
my God, he broke his clavicle. Hulk Hogan was in this motherfucker.
Hulk Hogan, 6'8", 300 pounds, and I mean, everybody put him on the shelf.
So Hulk Hogan ass was on the ground. Like,
think about it.
yeah, Hulk Hogan ass was on the ground. Just,
You know what I'm saying? Hemorrhaging, God dang it. Oh,
right.
God.
So you got that right there. And then you got the memorable Saturday night's main event where both Orndorff and Hogan hit the ground at the same damn time for the championship. So, ladies and gentlemen, I say this to you. That's what this LA Knight thing feels like to me if he goes up against Roman Reigns. Now, a very forgettable feud, even though it's meaty, a very memorable feud to get pause on that too. To get us from point A to point B. LA Knight versus Roman Reigns would be a filler feud to something that is much bigger, similar to how Hulk Hogan and Paul Orndorff was in a feud that was memorable for some people, decent, but it was a means to get you through a cycle of time before we get you to WrestleMania 3, which is basically the same shit happened. I don't fuck with Hogan. Bobby, I'm fucking with you. Pause. WrestleMania 3, Hogan and Andre. Y'all forget that before we got there, it was Hogan and Paul Orndorff.
Wow. Damn, yeah. Wow. Shout out to Bobby Heenan. Hey, shout out to Bobby Heenan. Rest in peace. And also, hey, shout out to Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan, for finding another Linda. Yeah. You know?
Another Linda, another daughter.
Right, right. Running wild all over you.
Yeah. Hey, man, let's get to this. Let me see. We mean, the bloodline thing is the bloodline. We ain't even got to play the music on this one right here, because it's like, all right, fam. Now we at the point where it's like, all right, man. It's Jimmy and it's Solo and them. You know what I'm saying? Do they get okay? I do got a question on that. Because I know we be shitting on Jay and shit sometimes. My question to you is, how can Jimmy and Solo build off of what we're currently seeing right now with, John Cena being their foil? so to speak. The person that they're going up against, the person that they're battling, and all of that. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still John Cena.
Right.
So how do you see them when it comes to them profiting off of this?
I don't, and I think that's why Roman Reigns comes back. So let me give my main event prediction mad early, right? Because Paul Heyman's been calling and updating Roman Reigns for about a month now, right? Since Jimmy left, he's just been giving mad updates. Trades are happening on SmackDown. Jimmy Uso was a loose cannon, and now seemingly Solo was in control but out of control. And, I think this is where you obviously find out why they're related and how they get along so well. Because if you notice, especially this past 2 weeks actually, Jimmy wanted to just go off and fight everybody, but Solo just on that type of time. And yeah, we going to beat everybody up. Oh, you want to beat everybody up? Let me show you how I can beat everybody up. And this is kind of the thing. So we just run around, we slapping people, we pushing them, we getting slapped, but then we splashing people off of equipment, and we run a rough shot through the backstage area. But the thing is, it don't look like they run the show. It looks like they're trying to destroy the show, which is Roman Reigns' show, which is a tribal chief show, and he's not having that. And what's going to make it even worse is that the show was going to shit, and they about to lose in the premium live event. Roman Reigns has to show up then. Roman Reigns has to show up and put everybody in check. He has to let Paul know, dog, what are you doing here? None of this is wise. He has to let Jimmy know, hey, I know I said I owed you one, but look what you're doing. You're destroying what we built. And then he gonna look at Solo and be like, dog, you were third, right? What are you doing? So it was like, you want my spot, and this is what you do when I'm not around? Like, you know better than him. So saying all that to be like, everything has to go bad for Roman Reigns to feel like he has to show up now. So they're not in control at all. They don't benefit from this at all. This is really all about how much can we F up till Roman Reigns gets back. And when he gets back, what does that mean? I think it does involve handling the light work. And skip it. I'll get to my future guarantee. I was just trying to wait for it. I think the last SmackDown of the year is Jimmy Soundclick versus Roman Reigns. So, and you know what? And that is even if everything with LA Knight takes place, anything with John Cena, AJ Styles, we got time to do all of that because it's all gonna be Jimmy's fault. All the stuff that he got to do, if he got to wrestle LA Knight, that's Jimmy's fault. Matter of fact, he going to blame the reason why LA Knight is so hot on Jimmy. He's like, hey, he beat a member of the bloodline. I didn't even care who this guy was. Like, he was managing models the first time I seen him. Now he's beating the bloodline. This is your fault.
Yeah, I could even see Roman Reigns going, wait a minute. Hold on.
Right.
So the dude that was managing two people that's no longer here, modeling contracts, is beating y'all ass? Because you know how Roman Reigns do that look that.
Like, yo, let me get this right. Because I don't think I did.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, we're going to get into our Fastlane predictions a little bit later, but
yeah.
I know one of the things that folks wanted us to talk about is finally here. It is official. We talked about it a little bit last week, but it's kind of a caveat to it right now and some things that Camp talked about. And caveat means that if what is rumored to go on tonight happens, there's been a trade. So first, before we get to the rumor for tonight's AEW event. Camp, now that she's officially signed, you said that it would basically be a crime if she didn't end up in NXT first. Your
Yeah.
thoughts?
One congratulations, because if you don't celebrate people off top, you hating. When you give your opinion without the softball and without the satin pillow, you're hating. So first, congrats and respect to Jade Cargill for negotiating and signing a brand new contract with the WWE, a place that she does know is the big time. It is the major leagues. You know what I'm saying? And that's, again, I don't think that's ever a shot to AEW, because they ain't even been around for a decade.
Right.
So I do want to start there. And yeah, my opinion has not changed at all. I get that she has star power, but Jade Cargill is an unproven sports entertainer. She's and when I say unproven sports entertainer, the best thing I think that can be said about the ESPN interview is that the facts were there, because she's only been around 2 years, and her debut match was with Shaq. Her introduction to wrestling was beefing with Brandy Rhodes. Like, these aren't, to me, that don't get you on SmackDown or Raw day one. I'm sorry. And I know that she won the TBS title and she dominated that division. She's amazing to look at and all of the above. I get every single part of that. But, like, when does the real wrestling work come in? Again, I'm not saying that nobody came to see Jade Cargill in AEW, but she was gone for a pretty good minute, and they said that they did their biggest numbers ever, biggest show ever, biggest event ever, and she went on the main event of none of those cards or on those cards at all. So for me, NXT is a great place for her to start, to prove, like, what does she really have, because even the people that we thought had it in NXT have gotten to the main roster and floundered. So why do we take this young lady from AEW and throw her to the wolves like that? I personally think that's the biggest mistake, especially for a black woman in wrestling.
I agree with you to a point.
Mm-hmm.
And that point is mainly because Becky Lynch is currently the NXT champion.
Mm-hmm.
And Tiffany Stratton is currently still in NXT. Now, spoiler alert, I think last night's NXT pay-per-view was one of the best of the year.
Nice.
And they didn't even close. I think that Carmelo Hayes and Dragunov gave the best main event for the title in NXT history last night.
Wow.
I'm going to go and give them that praise, that main event with each other was the best main event for the title in NXT history. And I'm not hot taking it. Mm-hmm. I watched it twice, and I said, goddamn, each time.
Wow.
And I see Tiffany Stratton is one of the future pillars of the women's division and for the company, because she got her shits off. And talking to somebody who has basically was like, yo, what's Becky Lynch's greatest match? It's the one from last night.
Okay. Hey, so now she's back to back. She got two in her top 5 back to back.
Her and Stratton got a chemistry like none other.
Okay.
That she goes up against. To me, that was the best Becky Lynch match that I've seen, bar none.
Okay.
So because of that, I would rather see Jade Cargill start in NXT. I agree with you because of that. Because what I did not mind is after the Stratton Lynch match, because it was the main event of the program that we would have saw Jade Cargill at the ramp. And the Booker T like, oh shucky ducky quack quack. You know what I'm saying? And all of that stuff. So I wouldn't have minded seeing that. What I don't want is for her to go to the main roster also, because y'all be just pushing shit too early and too wrong. And I ain't talking about the WWE. I'm talking about viewers like you.
Yeah, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't care how I sound. I know what I'm saying. I don't even want her to show up at the end of the Lynch Stratton match. I want for Jade Cargill this. I want her to debut on NXT, and I need somebody like Gigi Dolan to come out and be like, "Yo, who's this new bitch?"
See,
like, why is everybody ahead of me?
But see, no. But to your point, her showing up on the ramp don't mean she's the next contender. Her showing up on the ramp just shows I'm here. Mm-hmm. And on Tuesday, you could still get the, hey man, who this bitch?
Yeah.
Like, what if they do change her name? Like, one of the greatest mysteries about this is if she's gonna keep her name. So her showing up on the ramp is simply, oh, it's that? Oh man, we gotta go.
Right.
On Tuesday, no music, no Tridentron. She just walks. Mm-hmm. When she gets the mic, before she can say anything, a Gigi Dolan or somebody like comes in and basically says, "Who are you?"
Right.
Because again, when you come to the WWE, there's more of a likely of a chance that you're going to have to change your name. When the WWE trademarked a couple of joints, one of them was Jada Parker. Mm-hmm. They assumed that Jada Parker would be Jade Cargill. Mm-hmm. Turns out to be Tiana Caffrey, that has that name. And she's in the breakout tournament for the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. So it's still a mystery, like, yo, they gonna keep her name or not? And you can still keep that mystery alive by not saying her name, but yelling all of her attributes. Mm-hmm. And she could still kick the shit out of a Gigi or a Roxanne Perez or a Kiana James or a Thea Hale or any one of these other chicks. Mm-hmm. You can still do that. And she ain't even got to be in NXT for a long time. Right. It can still be a good time. Because Kevin Owens wasn't in that bitch for a long time either. He got up in there, beat the shit out of Sammy, got that belt. Then he started on a dream campaign with John Cena. Yeah. I would rather see something like that happen as opposed to just bring her to the main roster and then who you going to pair up against? Bayley? Not shitting on Bayley. No. But, Bayley right now, when you think about it, is Io Sky's manager in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
But she's also the measuring stick of where girls need to be if they're going to survive. Like,
yeah, they ain't got to touch that measure. Yeah, she ain't got to touch that measuring stick now, though.
Right.
That measuring stick is the measuring stick to see, all right, we're going to go ahead and put her in the program against one of these others.
And I'm willing to concede to the fact that maybe I feel the way I do is because I don't really think that highly of the women's division for AEW. I'm willing to just cop to that. You know what I'm saying? Because like some of the best women there, being it, Saraya and Ruby, they were either out of commission, out of action, or not used properly to some, I would say Ruby Rose wasn't really used properly because I think she originally gave.
No, she ain't been used properly.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, but even in WWE, I think she was one of the people that was supposed to give Ronda Rousey one of her best matches, and they squashed her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just talking about like moments like that. And when you have a company that is in just such disarray, you know, and you have somebody that wants to be a star and can be a megastar in Jade Cargill, what I don't want to happen, just to put it plainly, is that I don't want her to get confused with the hype on the internet and social media. I know we like the pictures. I know we share the post. I know she fine in the mug. I know we want to see her, but this is still professional wrestling. It's sports entertainment, but it's still professional wrestling. To me, putting the rocket on her back and hitting the fuse now, I think you setting her up to have a first couple of years like Liv Morgan. I think you setting her up to have a Summer Rae career. I think you setting her up for a lot of failure because the women of today come in really on that I know how to wrestle shit. I just happen to be fine too. And I don't think we've had enough of those moments from Jade to put her in that class yet. You know, it's and it's already hard for Black women to get to the top and stay at the top in the WWE. Ask Naomi. And that is still the bar for Black women wrestling to me in the WWE, and we see how she felt. And I say that with all due respect to Sasha Banks, who I also hope that they don't give that character to Jade. She may not be the boss, but if she calls herself the bag and they have her mannerisms and her character is as Sasha Banks, I think that's a nightmare for her. So no matter how it may be interpreted to a lot of y'all, I want this young lady to be extremely successful, but there is a thing about giving her too much too soon on the biggest stage possible in this industry. And then by 2026-7, we looking at this crazy, or we on some damn what happened.
Yeah, I think this version of the WWE is best suited for Jade Cargill.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's gonna be okay. I just don't think we have to shoot it as quickly as some of the folks on the internet is talking about. I agree with you wholeheartedly to the point where I'm keeping her clear away from Bianca Belair as much as possible.
Yes.
Because clearly y'all want two Black women fighting. Y'all didn't want. Here's the funny thing about this. Folks didn't want the New Day to break up because they didn't want to see two brothers fighting and all that stuff. You know,
we said that. Yeah.
But y'all want Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair to be fighting tomorrow.
Hey, right, for the title.
Yeah, but like, hold on, man. Like, you want to put them in tag team matches? Like, nah, can't one have a feud that ain't got nothing to do with the other? You want to put them in the hurt business and all that stuff just because they two Black women? Like, fam, like, Black women protect each other. How about that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and it ain't got to be a tag team match like Sister Girl. You know what I'm saying? Sister Girl.
It's like, I see you.
Yeah. You know? But and I think we find that out at the Royal Rumble too. I think the Royal Rumble is a great place for her to debut. We don't have to bring her in too quickly and stuff like that, especially since the last PLE is in November. So I don't mind waiting to see Jade Cargill until the Royal Rumble.
One last question on Jade Cargill. She's at the Royal Rumble. Let's say she's number 17. If that pop, what pop are you expecting for her when the music and the name hits? And then what do we do if it's not what we expect?
I expect it to be as big as anything in the night. But if it doesn't happen like that, I ain't tripping because the core group is white men 18 to 34.
Okay.
That's why I'm tripping on that. Now, I don't know if Camp saw this rumor because I know Camp don't look at the internet when it comes to wrestling and all of that. He's not one of those, IWC members and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there is a big rumor.
Okay.
Camp, there is a big rumor that tonight a former WWE champion may potentially debut tonight.
Yeah, I think I've seen this.
Don't know if this is true or not. This is all speculation. But reportedly, allegedly, there is a chance that Adam Copeland could debut tonight at AEW Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
When Edge left the WWE, his last match was with Sheamus a couple of weeks ago. The rumors was thrown out there that Edge could potentially leave the WWE to go to AEW. Now, Edge, not Edge, but Christian Cage will be going up against Darby Allin.
Yeah.
And reportedly, allegedly, it's going to main event the night.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, because
that
I've been seeing all the memes about how Christian is the only wrestler to have the major title in every organization ever, or some wild like stat that he holds. He's like the Robert Ory of like wrestling or something like that.
Yeah, he's held every major championship, and if this is the main event of the night, it is a pretty big red herring.
Yeah.
That somebody's gonna pop up.
Yeah.
Now, will that be Edge? Now, Kurt Angle saying he thinks that Edge is too loyal to WWE. He's been loyal since day one. Don't get me wrong, there's been a lot of wrestlers that's crossed over, especially his best friend and kind of brother Christian. But I just don't see Edge doing that. Now, yes, Christian, who I would say is probably doing his best work.
Okay.
When I see Christian Cage on the screen, I say, man, they need more Christians. Even with the stuff with him and Luchasaurus, where Luchasaurus was the TNT champion, but he was like, nah, I'm the champ. He just won it for me. Like, no, Christian has been not only very consistent, he reportedly signed a new deal with AEW to keep him there a little bit longer. Chris Jericho is a friend of Edge's. Y'all know about Christian. The revival to WWE fans, FTR for AEW fans. They helped Edge get back into the ring. They're great friends with him and his wife, Beth Phoenix. This has all the makings of the homies is over there. So I'm going to slide over there too. I was talking to A Plus this weekend and my man DJ Nails when we saw the rumor come down. And the first thing I said was leave Edge alone. He getting that WCW 1995 money. If this is the case. Like, let him go ahead and get that cash out on that real big payday. You know what I'm saying? That Tony Khan is giving them the shit on the WWE. They're not going to take Edge out the Hall of Fame or anything like that.
No.
And then plus we're in a world where things is different within the WWE anyway. If this was Vince McMahon's WWE, I would say this shit is probably not going to happen because I too believe that Edge is a lifer. But the WWE ain't the WWE he left.
That's true.
So I can expect to see a tweet, a Facebook post, an Instagram video with Tony Schiavone saying, is that? It's him. It's Sex in the Hardcastle.
And see, that's the problem. And that's the problem. Hey, he'd be better off going as his government name.
Oh no, he going in as Adam Copeland. He's going in as Adam
Yeah.
Copeland. But it would be funny if Tony Schiavone was like, "Yo, is that Sexton? We haven't seen him since WCW."
That would be insane. Oh, shout out to Tony Schiavone. So
What are your thoughts on Edge possibly
yes.
being a member of the AEW roster?
So Adam Copeland is in the same situation that Adam Cole was in, except that his friends are better at their jobs than Adam Cole's friends are at their jobs. So let's just call it what it is, like right there, right? Like, if there was ever a reason for Edge to go to AEW, it is all the reasons you mentioned. It is Christian. It is FTR. I am always pro ending on the highest note possible. And with the send-off that Edge got on SmackDown, I just don't see the value in doing it. You know, one of the most pitiful things I've seen this month, well, it's in the top 3 now because we know what the most pitiful at this point, right? Seeing that the other stat of this, of last month, because it's October now, that Ric Flair is the Evolution member with the latest match. And I was like, yo, how many times are you going to almost die, my G? And you still want to lace them up? I totally understand loving what you do and wanting to literally do it to death. But I do believe there's also a way for you to like protect your own legacy from yourself. And to me, at this point, with where AEW is, I look at Edge as Adam Copeland showing up to AEW as him not protecting his legacy from himself. So could it happen? Yeah, it definitely could, because I'm not trying to treat it like, oh my God, you could do so many other great things. Why are you going to AEW? Because look, if you want to wrestle and the money is there, I guess that's a good enough reason, and your homies are there and you feel that you can change things, great. But think about your WWE run at this point and be like, hey, do you have the ability to go out somewhere else and make moments like that happen again for you? And I think when you give yourself the honest assessment and you say yes or no, and if it's no, you just respectfully decline, and maybe try to build the performance center there if that's what you need. You know what I'm saying? Why not help take what you learn backstage, but not backstage like, you know, Paul White and all them did. Like, oh, well, no, we're just going to collect the check and just do some storylines that we think are funny. It's like, no, why don't you teach these young people how to wrestle? Why don't you teach them ring psychology? Why don't you show them the things that made you one of the greatest unlikely stories of the last 2 eras? Like, why not do that? I think that would be a better fit. But hey, I'm also here not to tell people what to do with their life and their careers. I am anti-ageism. I think whatever you want to do with your life, you should do it. So if Adam wants to do that, then get it done. I just hope you're making the right decision for your life, my brother. That's it.
Yeah, Edge should be a 3-time AEW World Champion as soon as he walk in there. But he ain't. So to me, it's like, what's the point of going over there other than getting a paycheck? And I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah.
If Tony Khan is going to pay you 2 to 3 times more than what the WWE is going to pay you, I'm taking that check too.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And maybe he can expound some knowledge onto that roster, because also at the end of the day, we need multiple wrestling organizations functioning. You know what I'm saying? We need everybody to be successful.
That's a fact. It's a
So
super fact.
definitely not mad at it at all. I just want them to do my man's right. I don't want Edge to come down there and have the Bret Hart run.
Yeah,
That is
man.
simple as that. If Edge shows up
Facts.
in AEW, don't give him the Bret Hart run. Do something that's quality. Do something that's amazing. Do something that shows life in Adam Copeland, because this will be his first time, probably since he was a shorty, where he went by his name. So as
Yeah.
long as you're protecting that, that's cool. Because look, Kurt Angle will tell you, there's WWE Kurt Angle, and there's TNA Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
And WWE Kurt Angle, if he would have stayed WWE Kurt Angle, he'd be the greatest of all time. So
That's a fact.
we'll see what happens on that. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get to these Fastlane predictions.
Yeah.
Actually, because of life, we have not did a prediction
Yeah, it's been a minute.
joint. It's been a minute, but WWE Fastlane is next week on October 7th, Saturday, from your former neck of the woods, Indianapolis, Indiana,
Hey.
Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
Naptism, what up?
You know what I'm saying? So it's not a lot of matches that is confirmed, which is why this is how we're ending off the show. So, so the LWO, Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, and either Jacqueline Wild or Cruz del Toro. Santos Escobar.
Hey, wait, this nigga's crazy. I'm trying to look at the card and this man going crazy. Oh man, you gotta chill.
Santos Escobar, Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, and either Jacqueline Wild or Cruz del Toro versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Now, Bobby Lashley was like, yo, these niggas bullshitting.
It's a fact.
Basically what Bobby Lashley said, y'all. He went on the Grayson Wall effect and was like, these niggas bullshitting. I might have to go look at some new niggas, because these niggas bullshitting. And the Street Profits came through, was like, yo, what you talking about, fam? Like, man, fam. Get down and lay down. Stop bullshitting. I set y'all up to win, and y'all couldn't even beat Rey Mysterio like that, fam? Fuck out of here, fam. Figure it out. And then we'll go on. Then, they end up interrupting, after the match with Santos Escobar, lost to Rey Mysterio. So, who do you have in this match? Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, or one of the other two Mexicans, or Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits?
Oh man. I got Bobby and the Profits. I got Santos taking the pin. And I got Santos beating Rey Mysterio's natural brown ass.
Yes!
That's what I got.
Yes!
That's what I got.
We are on the same page. I don't know who taking the pin, but I won't say I won't say this is the breakup moment. But I will say is that at Survivor Series, LWO as presently constructed is out. We back at what is it? Legamo?
Del Fantasmo, I think it is. Yeah, Legado Del Fantasmo.
Drug Lords.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, the Esco Cartel. Fuck it. That's the name on the first Black Champ. Esco Cartel is their name when you're on this show.
The Esco Cartel is back. I think that Zelina Vega won't be with them. She will be looking like old girl was looking at Drago when Creed died. When they beat the shit out of Rey Mysterio. Yeah, but the crime lords will be back running roughshod over Rey Mysterio and stuff. But we're going to start to see the cracks.
Dissension.
Right, the seas of dissension will happen. But yes, the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley will win, and that will solidify their heel turn, because after they do win, they're gonna beat the shit out of them, which is gonna lead to everybody in Little Village and Pilsen looking at us saying UGD. I do have a message for that'll never get. This message will never get to Montez Ford because he's from Chicago and he's a Chicago Bears fan and all that. I saw that video that Bianca made. Because he's from Chicago, he has had to gone into a majority Hispanic area, and they've had to say to him, "Man, yeah, UGD, UGD." So I wonder, will he take from that experience in his feud? Like, how much of that experience will be part of how he acts in this feud? Because, like every other black person, you want to beat all of their ass, but you in their neighborhood. So I wonder how much he's going to take out on the LWO because of experiences in his life in Chicago. Oh, we will see. Let's go to the other match that's been announced, and we get another triple threat, man. Getting another triple threat with the ladies. Io Sky will be defending against Asuka and Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. I'm going to go ahead and say right now, Charlotte Flair makes history. She will become the 15-time world champion, 15-time world champion. And Jade Cargill is going to come out to the ramp and point.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's an interesting mix. That's an interesting prediction. We got the same prediction to a degree. I got Charlotte beating every Asian we love. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? Salute to the WWE. I want to say this. You know, there was a time where your English had to be on point, or you wouldn't get in the title shot, and you definitely wouldn't win in it. And what they've been doing with Asuka and Io has been very progressive. You dig what I'm saying? And funniest moment of the night for me was Asuka coming there popping that Japanese, and Bayley was like, "Oh yeah, oh that's what you want to do? You want a triple threat match?" And it was like, wait, I was like, and then she just put Io in the match for the title. I'm like, yo, you know Japanese, that's fire. and then Io was like, she didn't say that. I was like, oh, so you do know English? You need to chill. But oh man, listen. When all else fails and the fourth quarter is starting, you give the title or to the people that you know are going to book the seats and sell the merch. Charlotte Flair got new merch. You know, Jay-Z used to do this all the time. Oh, rap is literally at a standstill. All right, well, here's volume 2. Nigga, like here. Like you know what I mean? Like that's what hey, oh, y'all need something? Oh, wait, here's the Black Album. Let's go. You know, so I got Charlotte Flair because there is no other choice. There just is no other choice in a match like this. So Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Seth freaking Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Who you got?
Yo, man. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real, man. Seth Rollins was talking like he was going to lose on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking like he was going to lose on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm keeping it how I'm keeping it, but with what I just said, so we going to let the Asian women get off the title and bring the Asian guy on the title as just a little switcheroo type of deal, because Shinsuke's English is better than theirs. And I know y'all don't want to hear that, but that's the type of stuff that matters. It does. So, grudgingly, because nobody's championed Seth Rollins with a title more than me, I'm actually going to pick Shinsuke Nakamura to win this title because everything about Seth Rollins' promo said, I'm leaving, I'm having a procedure, I'll be back though, but my back though.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, Shinsuke Nakamura winning that belt, y'all. We getting a new champion. Shinsuke is gonna get that belt. I'm excited for a Shinsuke run.
Mm.
Um, it's gonna be good times, man. Also, man, it's time for Seth to be a family man for a couple of months. He'll up a little
Mm.
bit, help out the folks at the wrestling camp and stuff. But yeah, man, I got Shinsuke as your new world heavyweight champion in a man standing match.
Yeah. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, last man standing. Shinsuke, go ahead and get that, which leads us to the final announced match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it a little bit earlier.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Um, and I think we've already said what we think is going to happen, which is John Cena and L.A. Knight. Yeah, is
Mm-hmm.
going to win. And we even discussed what we feel like is going to happen to the to LA Knight and all of that. So I don't think we have to go into too much detail. Um, but what I will ask you is just based off some of the stuff that we've said and with some of the cuts and stuff, who would you rather see in this position teaming up with John Cena to get the rub? Would LA Knight be that guy for you? Or is it somebody else that you feel like that could benefit from this rub outside of LA Knight?
Mm. So who could benefit outside the rub? Honestly, nobody right now on SmackDown
Mm.
because of what's just to come. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what's to come is a solo match with Jimmy, a solo match with Solo, a solo match with Roman Reigns. And currently, I don't see anybody because Bobby Lashley won't need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bobby Lashley doesn't need the team with John Cena. You know, um, Grayson Waller's not a face. It was going to be cool to see AJ Styles and John Cena team up because of the whole SmackDown run, the beat up John Cena like hashtag and all that. So that would have been funny. Um, hey, look, y'all heard me last week. I thought The Rock was coming out to sign that contract. so and the fact that I even picked The Rock and I have my own long form story being told on the roster already, and then plus with all the releases, there really is nobody better for this position than LA Knight, and that is the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why they moved Jey Uso to Raw, because the other guy who should have been in the match, Jey Uso. It should have been Jey Uso and John Cena versus Solo and Jimmy, but that don't make sense, So, yeah, man. Hey, fourth quarter, y'all see who got dropped? Step it up. Now, no, we're still where we are. Nobody wants to be a face.
Yeah.
So, but now it's too many heels. It's too many over heels now. It's a heel-driven show now. And LA Knight's the only person that can change it. But hell, if you see how he moving, he a heel.
Yeah.
Think about that.
And I actually disagree with you. I think AJ Styles should be the person, and the only way he's not the person if he's legit hurt. I think that this is the person that keeps this going. I don't think that you should put I don't think that you should put LA Knight in this spot particularly right here. I think that he should be placed in a battle for the United States Championship. Nothing more, nothing less, and anything else is really going to hurt him and damper him, because I don't see him going over on Roman Reigns, of course. So when he says that he's after gold, then shit, he ain't gonna get shit. So just go ahead and put him in a program and give him the belt that he deserves, the United States Championship, because Rey Mysterio don't deserve it, or Santos Escobar, even though you could do a breakup angle with them without having the United States Championship involved.
Mm-hmm.
So, but shouts out to Santos Escobar. With that being said, um,
That's crazy, right?
Santos Escobar. You know what I'm saying? It's got a cocaine ring to it, fam. Like they gave him a very much cocaine name. Like
That's a fact.
if you buy cocaine from somebody from Mexico on a TV show, that shit name is Santos Escobar. You know what I'm saying?
The
In
flight extension.
Miami, right? In Miami, at the Babylon, corner seat. Yo, go see Santos Escobar. You know what I'm saying? He starts talking to you in Spanish. His name rings cocaine, y'all. I'm sorry. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Don't never change that, Santos. Keep that name with you wherever you go. Any hot takes or any guarantees outside of what we talked about earlier today, though?
Oh man, no, you know what? Everything, everything that I said was pretty much it. Um, I don't you know what? I don't need to do any more hot takes this going into
Yeah,
October, man. You know,
you're done.
I mean,
You're done.
even my cold opinions is pretty hot out here in these streets. I'm gonna
Man.
chill. I'm gonna chill.
Oh, hey, I mean, I didn't get it like you did, but I was definitely laughing at all of the people when I talked about my Rockets COINTEL Pro. I was
Oh,
laughing at some of the people that was like, "Come on, bro, it's wrestling." Like, motherfucker, I know,
right.
I
Like,
know. I said at the beginning, not talking about Dwayne Johnson, talking about The Rock.
right, right.
And I said, Rocky Maivia to The Rock. I know, fam. Like,
Yeah, we know
y'all,
we know who Dewey is, bro. We're not talking
right?
about
Yeah, we're not talking about
it.
Dewey, my nigga. We're not talking about that the WWE made a concerted effort to break up the Nation of Domination like they did the Black Panthers. What I said is that is reminiscent, and that's why The Rock is COINTEL Pro, because look at him before and look at him after. Now,
Yeah.
it was one person who said, remember the Nation of Domination had white members before that. Yeah, they had Crush,
Hmm.
who just got out of jail,
You know what I'm
kind
saying?
of literally.
Yeah.
What happens when it comes to some white people that just got out of jail? They cling on to the,
Yeah.
but
Oh
he
yeah.
didn't do what he was supposed to do.
He look like
He got kicked
Marcelli.
out.
You
Right,
know.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
Marcelli,
crushing
fam.
PG-13. But yeah, come on, man. Yeah, we know what that's
Right,
about.
right. And the same thing with Savio Vegas, the Puerto Ricans. But they end up getting kicked out for the brothers. All
Hmm.
right. And that's when the WWE government took notice. And it's like, nah, we gotta break this up. We gotta break this up. We gotta break this up. But some of y'all was really actually thinking like I was talking about the FBI really infiltrated them niggas. And to
Yeah, that's
that,
one.
and to that, y'all are lame.
Yeah, facts.
And that's why I don't argue with a certain amount. I don't argue with nobody online no more anyway. That's just dead. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying not to. I'm
You
really
trying
trying.
not to. You trying not to. But you know, it got your engagement up, so salute to you.
That's true. 300+%. All
Hey,
facets.
hey.
In this case, who's the loser? You know what
You
I
know what I'm saying?
mean?
So, hey man, you go ahead and end us off, Kemp.
Oh man, well, boy, what a great show, man. What a great show that was, man. Great to talk some more just entertaining stuff than the things that I've been talking about. Thank you all for joining the live this week and just paying attention to us. Well, we saw that number rise up a little bit more than even the last week, and we had took some weeks off, so we appreciate that. All of the likes, the comments, the stream views, the shares, the reaction gifts, and all of that when we posting some of the baddest young little things in the group, all greatly appreciated. We love the dialogue, we love the conversation. Obviously, Bang and I could do this show without all of you, but you and your engagement and your interaction in the first Black Champ community makes it that much more special, and we greatly and sincerely appreciate you. So, the next time you want to talk about wrestling, in an unconventional way, you do so by checking out the First Black Champ podcast. Pick, VP, DOC, and we are out. You're nobody's favorite rapper.
Definitely ain't mine.